Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are back on the boat, camouflage boat, catching crappie. And this week's episode, we are on Green River Lake, and more particularly, we're actually in Butler Creek. Uh, this was a couple weeks ago. As you can see, the water temperature is a little cooler. It has warmed up some more now, but this time it was 42 degrees. I think the outside air temperature on top of the hill was supposed to be about 60, but it was wind was still cold coming off of that cold water, and we had started up the lake more towards Taylor County and just started working our way down and ended up in Butler Creek. Started out right at the mouth of Butler Creek, and you see this fish is 16 foot of water that holding there to the bottom. Actually had to stick the pole behind us. We kind of floated over it, but got it up and in the boat. But yeah, it started out there at the mouth and just kind of worked our way in. Um, the wind was in our face and it was cool. But before we started filming, we ended up falling on a brush pile that was in about 30 some foot of water, and it was a big slide or a tree that was down in 30 foot of water, and the tree come up to right about 20 some feet, and there were several fish in it, and that was what we done the most of our damage. And I said, well, I better get this camera out if we're going to get any footage. So got it out and got it turned on, and of course you don't see us fishing that tree here, but we started just kind of working through the mouth of that creek and picking off fish. And you see here we got a pretty decent target um, there, and trying to make those approach. And I think what the hardest thing for us was on this day was that the fish, and it had been like that for a couple weeks for us, is that the fish being down that deep, a lot of times it takes your, and you see he gets right there at it, breathes on it. But you have those fish down 20 some feet deep, and your boat gets to moving. It takes a little while for your bait to travel that far, and also a lot of times, uh, if you see that you need to move your bait over, it's going to take longer to get it over there. But you see, we just messed with this fish, messed with this fish. Eventually, it just turned off and would not eat. So whenever that happens, like they say, you can have the live scope, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to eat. And on this particular one, that was the truth. But titled this video pre-spawn because this is what they were doing. They were in they were in that deeper water, and it's really cool because you could see them here as we're catching them deep. It really shows the transition, because in just a few weeks, like uh, this week, what we've been able to see is these fish have pulled up onto the flats, and they're on brush piles on the flats where they've come out of that deep water. They haven't went all the way up the creek, and I know there is some guys that are catching them on the creek, catching them up, um, and I haven't been up there to see them. See, here's a brush pile that's in a little bit deeper water, and we're gonna make the approach to it. And I can't remember, these may have been a few smaller fish, but there was a lot of roaming fish. We ended up on this particular day making we ended up having a double limit in maybe 4 hours, and a lot of it was singles. There was that one pile where we were both able to double up on them, and you can see here, me and my dad, we were both vertical jigging. I'm not sure where his bait was in this. I don't know if he had dropped down, if we were looking for it, um, or he may have, who knows, may have been retying, something like that. But just doing the same thing with the presentation. They got a half ounce sinker above, a jig head. Where where his oh well, he wasn't trying to catch him. Apparently, he had stuck his pole behind him there, or maybe he had seen something that was behind him that he was looking for. So we've got this video this week. We've got a video from Dale that we fished. We're gonna work on try to get it out, and then we're gonna try to film tomorrow. Um, not sure, not sure really what our plans is for tomorrow yet, but we'll try to film. And then we've got a good video. I'm hoping I haven't actually seen the footage yet, but we filmed yesterday. We had just a blast yesterday fishing, and we were casting to those fish. That's what we've been doing for the last week. You can see here in this clip. Now this day here we didn't cast any. We actually were expecting to do more of the, chasing more individual fish, and for whatever reason they were on structure. I was surprised. Um, Actually, about all the fish I've caught this spring have been at least oriented somewhat to structure. Now I did talk to a friend of mine. Shout out Larry Gorham, who was blistering them uh, on out in western Kentucky, and they said they were finding some Roman fish. So they said they were just literally killing. It's pretty interesting from this clip here. You can see we caught that one fish right out on the edge, and you can see how these fish are they're turned away from it. They're beginning to kind of leave out the back. And that wasn't a bad one. It made the team there. So you can compare it if you need to back up, but you can compare it to the, a minute ago whenever we first showed up on this, just a single stick. There were several fish on it, and jerking that one fish off there changed things. Now there's this one here, for whatever reason it decided to stay, and we got its attention. Able to get it plucked off there. And I don't think it was all that grand. I see we do have a couple roamers here. They're not really related to anything. And you can see how they're all holding right there at that about 18, 20 to 18, 20 foot mark. And I may have had some problems with with the live scopes. The reason why I haven't got the, you're not seeing us from the top. Actually, not problems with the live scope, problems with the GoPro. And there's a pretty good one there. But what and I think I've got the picture of our day's catch coming up here shortly. But what we have, that was our day, and just a bunch of good eating fish. Not really what you would call trophy crappie by no means, but definitely some good eating fish. And we did skin them and eat them. They were super delicious. And you can see here a really good sized target out there, and it's just hanging out. But appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, kind of made this one shorter. Just didn't really. The big problem is I spent more time fishing and not enough time filming. But we're definitely going to try to get out there, get a lot of footage, hopefully this spring, and we've got some really exciting stuff. I've been using a bait finesse system rod and reel, and I cannot wait to get that video out to you. So make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned in with us. Watch me catch this last one here, and it ate it, and just jerked it right up there to the top of the water. But ended up had to get the net. It was a pretty good one. Like I said, I think it was cold. The GoPro had went dead, so I didn't have wasn't wearing it or didn't have it set up. But that one there, that was a big Kentucky, big chunk. But we got it too. And like I said, y'all stay tuned. There's going to be some great videos coming to you this spring, and we'll see you on the water.